It's Monday, obviously. It's also next to the last Monday of the month of July. It's the 24th, meaning 31st and last day of July will be this coming Monday, 1 week from today. Between now and then, we've got some cooler weather to enjoy. Temperatures getting close to and staying into the low 80s. Now, in the near term, we do have a line of some isolated to scattered showers and thunderstorms, some with the potential of dumping about a quarter of an inch per 15 minutes. They're kind of few and far between. We'll take a look at radar in just a few moments and get you up to date on your forecast, which is much different than it was as it has been for the past couple of weeks. On the topic of looking at our radar, I just got this in from our friends at the Jackson Weather Service, who of course we refer to on a daily basis. Their weather radar that is used by the National Weather Service Forecast Office in Jackson is going to be down for about 4 days beginning this Friday. It's going to be down so technicians can install an important technological upgrade. The work on the WSR 88D, for any of you who have any interest in that sort of thing, has been scheduled to minimize any potential impacts and office operations. It's the first of 4 major upgrades known as service life extension projects planned in the next 5 years to replace and refurbish major components of the 20-year-old system and to keep the radars operational into the 2030s. It's an investment of about $150 million being made by 3 organizations that use these radars: the NOAA, National Weather Service, the United States Air Force, and the Federal Aviation Administration. The other service life extension projects include refurbishing the transmitter, pedestal, and equipment shelters. Once again, starting this Friday for a period of about 4 days. Excited to see the replacement. Starting to get excited for Community Day featuring Rhonda Vincent this time around and a host of other entertainers that you're seeing daily here on our promo. And I've got the most recent updated list of the main reason that you're going to be there to help support these local nonprofit organizations in Magoffin County. Participating thus far, Magoffin County Senior Citizens, the Magoffin County Christian Care Fund, a lot of these, of course, participating since Community Day began, the Magoffin County Women's Club, Sayersville Kiwanis, the Royalton Trail Town, Miss Magoffin Scholarship Pageant, the District 3, the North Magoffin, the Middle Fork Fire Departments, the Magoffin County Rescue Squad, the Sayersville Bloomington Fire Department, and the Bloomington Fire Departments, our DAV, South Magoffin Community Activists, South Magoffin Volunteer Fire Department as well. The Magoffin Civil War Committee Mountain of Hope Christian Camp is participating this year, as is Boy Scout Troop 862. Community Day, right at about 3 weeks away. It's going to be an exciting time. $10 gets you in to see all that entertainment and, of course, all that food, fun, and prizes and everything in between. We hope that you'll join them. Headlines tonight will include someone who got a great deal on a new Polaris ATV in eastern Kentucky if they don't go to jail for the theft, and a Magoffin County man who should have taken the deal to pay back restitution but didn't and was officially sentenced to prison, jail time last week. We'll talk about that case. Right now, though, our first top headline, and let me say this, already headlines for the rest of this week, and I've got some good stories planned, some interviews that we'll be doing, and some nice reports. I've got an art exhibit to tell you about. I've also got a few other things that we're going to be focusing on here, special reports that good news, it's few and far between sometimes, and that's going to be one of our topics here for the next several days, hopefully. With that said, an update now from the Sheriff of Magoffin County in regards to the manager of the Mountain Manor apartment complex. I believe a total of 32 apartments in that complex on College Heights, who, as I told you last week, was arrested and is still the subject of an ongoing investigation into what appears to be conspiracy to use EBT cards. This all began, says the sheriff, with pop. A lot of pop, which is not an unheard of situation. People using EBT cards, purchasing pop with it, and then selling it for cash, sometimes pennies on the dollar.
Approximately a couple of weeks ago, Deputy Steve Montgomery was called to investigate a case of possibly illegal EBT card, people buying pop on cards that's possibly not theirs, or buying the pop and selling them for pennies on the dollar. That night, Deputy Montgomery was able to recover several cases of pop from this certain individual. A few days later, he got another call that maybe the same thing happened again. Viewing video from one of the local convenience stores, he identified subjects. Later, he obtained search warrants on the property here that we're talking about, and we served search warrants. Again, we recovered several cases of pop again, although there were some drug charges. I do expect other charges to be filed on this.
Montgomery wouldn't go into any other specifics at this time, citing the ongoing investigation, but only would stress that there would be other individuals involved. There would be more charges levied, he believed, against Arnott, as they're still sifting through a great deal of evidence after they executed a search warrant last week at the apartment of Arnott, who has for years been the manager of Mountain Manor and who law enforcement believes for a very long time has been running the illegal operation from his apartment, from his office, if you will, and from this location. As for what they turned up during their search last week, the sheriff would confirm they found several EBT cards in his possession that they do not believe belong to him. Stolen property. They also seized a pop machine that was being used in part of the operation, and he would only say that there were several thousands of dollars in cash seized.
Rather large amount of cash. A lot of it been in change, pop machine type money, dollar bills. Deputy Steve Montgomery is handling the EBT fraud case, the drug charges. Detective Neil Adams is in charge of that. And I do expect other charges to be filed on this.
For now, Arnott is facing just those referred to charges of possession of a controlled substance in the first for hydrocodone pills, possession of a controlled substance in the second degree for Suboxone strips, possession of a controlled substance in the third degree for numerous Neurontin tablets, and a prescription not in its original container. And as well, he's also, of course, charged with fraudulent use of EBT for benefits, for conspiring in the illegal use of an EBT card or cards for his own benefit. He was lodged in the Big Sandy Detention Center after being arrested and bonded out shortly thereafter. Montgomery also confirmed that the original investigation that led to Arnott's arrest is one of several which are ongoing all around this very topic. I'll be right back. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband.
Hi, I'm Attorney Jeff Lovely. At my law office, we're determined to offer you and your family outstanding, cost-effective, and responsive legal services. I can help you if you've been injured in a car wreck. I'll be in your corner if you have a DUI or other criminal charges. You can file bankruptcy and stop those harassing phone calls, or I'll fight for you and your children in divorce and custody cases. For all your legal services, contact me when it matters. In Syersville at 349-4522, and West Liberty at 743-1965.
Much more than diesel specialist, Black Smoke Performance is turning out excellent auto body collision paint and repair results with free quotes and estimates on everything from insurance jobs to that ding you got in the driveway. Custom lift kits, bed liners, winches and accessories, and full diagnostics and repair on anything gas or diesel, from brakes to fluid changes to major auto repair. If you want it fixed, lifted, painted, customized, or just maintained, just call on the team at Black Smoke Performance in Dixie of Sagersville, 100 May Drive, or 349-8785. For sun or fun, work or play, whatever you're doing this summer, you can get what you need or what you want to do it with for pennies on the dollar, and they'll loan you cash today on anything worth $1 at Parkway Gun and Pawn. Musical instruments, jewelry, electronics, gold, silver, more, new and used long and handguns and ammunition. Parkway Gun and Pawn. Yes, Logan makes the best truck bodies on the market, and they also have a fully stocked warehouse of dump body parts, PTOs, hydraulic pumps, hoists, anything you need to get back on the road. And they are a full-service steel and aluminum service center. They keep I-beam, channel, angle, pipe, round rod, rebar, expanded metal, sheet metal, and aluminum all in stock. And if you've got a big project, they do commercial manufacturing to your specs. Logan, since 1904. Get your $10 tickets now for the 14th annual and perhaps biggest community day yet, featuring the incredible Rhonda Vincent and the Rage, and other headliners like the Dave Adkins Band, the Edgar Loudermilk Band with Jeff Autry, Toddy Preston and the Black Powder Express, and many, many, many more. And all the food, fun, games, and fabulous prizes that you can stand, all for just $10, and kids 12 and under, they get in for free. Community Day in the Ramey Park in Sagersville is Saturday, August the 19th. Come by and check out this 2014 Jeep Compass 4x4, and come by and check out this luxurious, roomy, limited 2011 Town & Country. And this row of 2015 and 2016 Nissans and Fords and more, all like new, with low miles starting at $99.95. Check them all out at Broadway Auto Sales in Paintsville. Stop by the seasonal shop for the two biggest events of the season and find all the help, gifts, and decor you need with baby and wedding registry, something extra special for the new arrival or that little one turning one or more, and wedding registry, ideas, and planning for everything from the ceremony to gifts to the home. And the seasonal shop also has thoughtful ways to honor memories of loved ones lost, with personal and gravesite decorations that they'll gladly deliver to our local funeral homes. Find something to cherish all your memories at Fraser's Prater Drugs seasonal shop in downtown Sagersville. A reward, a $1,500 cash reward, mind you, being offered for information in regards to a case of a stolen ATV in the Eastern Kentucky area, very close to home, and I'll pass that along to you in more detail in just a second. Right now we'll focus on the sentencing of a Magafa County man just late last week, who had been sought after by the Kentucky State Police and authorities for well over a year, staking out his residence and following up all leads. But ultimately, it was the daughter of one of the victims, monetary victims in the case, who was alert and saw Henry Line with his wife in a vehicle, followed them until they were able to reach Paintsville police, who arrived on scene and took him into arrest. It was after his arrest that he made an appearance back before the judge, where he had been before on numerous times, promising to pay back a debt of $250,000 to someone he defrauded out of that money. The court records we indicate, or have before me now, indicate that it was basically considered to be time up by the judge, who has since ordered Line to serve the remainder of his sentence, which is basically all of 5 years in prison. In her revocation sentencing order, Judge Kimberly Childers, who Henry Line appeared before last Thursday, notes that Line had appeared with counsel, and it was determined by the court that he had violated his diversion agreement by his failure to pay restitution in the amount of $250,000 to a Magafa County couple who he had scammed out of that amount. One of many people, we believe, and I'll have more on that in just a second. So it was adjudged by Childers that he violated those terms, and she ordered that the diversion agreement, which had been arranged, be set aside and he be sentenced to serve the remainder of his original 5-year sentence, per the judgment ordered back in September of 2015. That's when he was before the judge and agreed to pay the complete debt owed in full, $250,000, within 90 days, and that in lieu of that, he would not go to jail. And he never did. And he's been on the run since. And given that fact, or on that topic, at the same time, in lieu of all this, Line also had pleaded before the Commonwealth of Kentucky, Commonwealth's attorney Brent Turner handling the case. He had actually filed a motion for additional time and release, to which we also have a response. Line requesting more time, even in light of the situation, and after pleading guilty to 3 felony counts in August of 2015 and given those 90 days to make back the restitution. However, the Commonwealth's attorney noted that he was in court on December the 10th of 2015, given an additional 90 days. In March of 2016, he was granted another 90 days. In May of 2016, he was given another 15 days to make restitution. And then later on in the same month of May in 2016, he was granted an extension through nearly the end of May, stating that he shall present himself to probation and parole 4 o'clock on said date if the payment was not made. And he never made the payment. And he evaded arrest for quite some time. And they noted and quoted the Kentucky State Police as they made repeated efforts to try to locate Line, including trips to his home where no one would answer when they knocked at the door. They staked out his home on numerous attempts, but he was never found. But until as I told you, he left his home and was caught by city police in Paintsville after a daughter of the victim saw him lying and trying to hide himself in the back seat or in the seat of the car that was being driven by his wife at the time. He'd been concealing his location for over 13 months without once making any effort to try to pay back restitution to the victims, and for 13 months he had been a fleeing felon. This, of course, the argument not to give him additional time, which they didn't. But the Commonwealth is also asking the court to note that they've been contacted by other victims from other states, one being West Virginia, who said that they were defrauded of about $287,500 by Line as well. And they also say that they were being promised repayment by telephone conversations with Line that only stopped when he recently was arrested under the warrant for the Magoffin County case. We've also learned that there might be another state in addition to West Virginia where he is accused of defrauding residents there through a similar circumstance. He was sentenced to the remainder of his time served, his 5-year sentence, for which he has been given credit, as you saw on the screen a moment ago, of 28 days that he's thus served so far. Now, a stolen ATV. Someone walked away with a real deal on this one if they can avoid jail time for the theft. And right now, the owners of YPK Motorsports in Jackson are hoping that someone out there will recognize this ATV and then pass them some information along in hopes that they can pass you or that person a $1,500 reward. YPK asking for your help in regards to a stolen ATV, and a nice one, a 2017 Polaris RZR S. This is a S, and it's a 1000 model version. It is the orange color, as you can see in the smaller photograph that I'll pull in just a bit more here in just a few moments, but they're offering a $1,500 reward for information leading to the arrest or conviction. And the number at YPK is also listed on their posting here at 568-5877. Now, from what I understand, it appeared as though someone took down or cut through a portion of the chain link fence on the property and were able to make their way into the lot and then make off with this Polaris 1000. They're still trying to determine if any other items were taken, so there might be some more information on that later. But as of right now, they're just hoping that, and that being YPK, that you can give them some information so they can get the return of their ATV, but they would also like to see thieves go to jail. It's a 2017 Polaris 1000S, orange in color, exactly as the picture here before you.
I'm attorney Don McFarland. We all know that times are hard. Jobs are scarce. Most people that I know are struggling to support their families and make it through each day. Now imagine that you get seriously hurt while working on the job, and the insurance company for your employer refuses to pay wages and benefits while you are injured and cannot afford to pay medical expenses, household bills, and put food on the table to support your family. I can help. If you are being wrongfully denied workers' compensation benefits that you rightfully deserve, then give me a call and let me go to work for you. 349-9000.
Wanting you to have a healthier life means providing access to quality, affordable health care. And to do exactly that, Hope Family Medical Center offers full dental care with Dr. Pratt and his team, a pediatrician team of 3 doctors and nurses and moms, complete health care by family physician Dr. Kelly Pratt and nurse practitioners Mildred Sizemore, Gail Faria, Shannon Conley, and Heather Blair. behavioral health services with Kimberly Davis, with in-house lab testing and results, in-house x-ray and pharmacy, and all the caring, knowledge, and experience that these medical professionals represent.
At Hope Family Medical Center.
Parkway Pharmacy, now open earlier from 8 a.m. until 6 in the evening to better suit your schedule and lifestyle, and to help you get better and live a healthier life. And if allergies are bogging you down, they're armed with the very best in over-the-counter relief for adults and your children. Reach owner pharmacist Jesse Rudd and his assistant pharmacist Megan Castle and their staff at 8 o'clock in the mornings or at 349-4400. A tire more than 25% low, about 8 pounds, makes you 3 times more likely, and worn-out tires 11 times more likely to be in a tire-related crash. Don't take your or their safety for granted. Come in for a free inspection, 6 months no-interest financing, the best price and best selection at Conley Tire in Staffordsville.
July is here, and Appalachian Wireless is bringing the heat. We're giving up to $50 off any smartphone of your choosing this month. Samsung Galaxy S8, normally $149.99, now $99.99. Samsung GS7, normally $49.99, now only a penny. That's any smartphone up to $50 off its normal contract price. And it even includes the 128GB and 256GB models. Better hurry as supplies are limited. 2-year agreement required. Better service, bigger savings at Appalachian Wireless, an East Kentucky network company.
Here's another rare find at Gateway Motors. This Subaru Tribeca all-wheel drive loaded with third-row seating and more, and great deals and low payments, most under $200 on units like this 07 Santa Fe all-wheel drive, this 2012 F-150. How about this 08 Yukon all-wheel drive, 90,000 miles, a one-owner, and everything else on the lot at Gateway Motors in Sagersville. 349 cars. Birthdays, it looks as though, and several other announcements and a few reminders on tonight's McGoffin Farm Bureau Community Calendar. Yeah, 2 birthdays this Monday, and the first is a happy 18th birthday, it says, to Dylan Minix, with a lot of love from Alicia, from Michelle, Bell, and Dalton. Happy 18th birthday. 18's an important one. Happy birthday to Dylan Minix. This one came in Friday after we'd already got the segment put together. So a belated birthday wish going out to Haley Porter with a lot of love from Mama and Papa, Mom and Dad, Brother Lane, and a long, long list of family and friends. Happy birthday, Haley. This coming into the studio today, the Harold Whitaker Middle School Site-Based Decision-Making Council has a special meeting set for tomorrow, 3:30 in the school's conference room. There will be special business, including approval of the budget, consulting on vacant positions and waiver requests, approval of a dress code policy, and more. A special session of the middle school site-based tomorrow. And from North McGoffin Elementary, they're having their kinder camp this week. That's this Wednesday and Thursday, 9 till 2. Parents, you're welcome to attend as well. They're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of guest presenters, students having the opportunity to meet their staff and the teachers, and lunch will be provided. Also, North McGoffin's Back to School Night has been set for August the 7th, 4 to 6. And, of course, all parents and students are welcome and encouraged to attend. And the McGoffin County Head Start program is now enrolling kids for the 2017-2018 school year. That's just a couple of weeks away. If your child's going to be 3 or 4 years of age by August the 1st, apply now because slots are limited. Call the Head Start office in McGoffin County at 349-3488. A couple of other quick reminders that we've mentioned before but are quickly approaching at the same time. At the Water and Wine Food Pantry over the Lakefront Church of God on Route 30, Senior Day is tomorrow beginning at 8:30 and it goes till noon. And the regular day of distribution from the pantry is this Wednesday, 8:30 until 3:30. And for your birthdays or anniversaries or calendar announcements, you know the drill. Tell me, I'll tell everyone about them. And this right here before you are the many ways you can do it, including dropping them off by the studio here on East Maple Street, just a few doors above the Sagersville Post Office. And coming into the studio and newsroom today, we have learned that services were held yesterday in honor of Richard Joe Shepard, 59, of Howard's Branch Road. Joe passed away on the 20th, and he's survived by his wife, Ruth Arnett Shepard, a son, Richard Joe Shepard, and a daughter, Maudie Williams. Burial was held at the family cemetery at David. Once again, the passing on the 20th of 59-year-old Richard Joe Shepard of Howard Branch Road here in Magoffin County. 62-year-old J.R. Miller, also of Howard Branch Road, passed away on the 23rd. He's survived by his wife, Kathleen Arnett Miller, and daughters Cashetta Reffitt and Millie Osborne. Visitation is this evening in J.R.'s honor. Services will begin tomorrow at 2, all from the Magoffin County Funeral Home with burial at the family cemetery at David. And lastly, this evening we've learned of the passing of 41-year-old Misty Dawn Allen Combs of Bloomington, who passed away on the 23rd, the daughter of Roy and Ella Allen. Besides her parents, she survived by her husband, Jamie Combs, and 2 daughters, Kayla and Haley. Visitation is this evening. It continues all day tomorrow and up until services, which have been set to begin Wednesday morning at 11, all from the Magoffin County Funeral Home. Burial follows at the family cemetery at Craft Creek. All right, on to your Licking Valley RACC Outlook. I'm not going to go to local Doppler radar. I had a meeting at 6, so I had to tape this a bit early to get out, so it wouldn't be completely accurate time-wise. And to be quite honest, the line of some scattered and isolated showers and thunderstorms have pretty much already made its way through the viewing area, so not really a whole lot to show. That's a good thing. We will see tonight otherwise just some patchy fog after about 4 a.m. and partly cloudy skies. And look at nighttime lows here. We're going to go from 72, 73, 74 degrees for nighttime lows to 60, 62, 64, a 10 to 12 degree difference in nighttime lows. And daytime highs are also going to follow suit after this front, which is passing through. We'll have 82 degrees, that lingering fog in the morning, but sunny, mostly clear, and just nice and comfortable tomorrow. Now, temperatures will make their way back up into the mid-80s and close to the upper 80s by Wednesday, as we will see 87, but still sunny, still clear, and still some fog at the beginning and end of the day. Now, we got another setup arriving Thursday that will give us another chance of some showers. Right now to the tune of about 40% early, 50% by the afternoon and evening. Daytime highs still in that mid-80 range, and this front is going to again knock temperatures down. So partly sunny, 40 to 50% chance of showers on your Thursday, and then look what we're back in store for again. Friday, 80 and mostly cloudy, and about a 40% chance of showers and storms. But 80 degrees, and ditto for your Saturday, a lesser chance of some showers and more sunshine for the first half of your weekend, and still 80 and nighttime lows into the 50s. Folks, it's been a while since we've seen that. Sunday, 82 and sunny and clear and nice. Monday of next week, 84. You didn't see a 90 in the bunch. 87 on your Wednesday and 86 on your Thursday, the peaks of your forecast temperature-wise, and a lot of it even with a few chances of some showers, which we need. Some really, really decent conditions. Better than decent. Nice. Well, that's it. Just for the show, not for the news that we already have in-house and are working on and have planned for the rest of the week. So we're just getting started. Thank you for being a part of it. Have a good evening. Hope to see you back here tomorrow night.